Let's take a look at these two examples. At this time, we do not have any numerical factors. So we have to factorize the variables. Remember, anytime you want to factorize the variable, you have to make sure that the variable is in every single term of the polynomial, and we have to choose always the one with the lowest exponent. I have x to the third and I have x to the fifth. Okay, I have to choose always the one with the lowest exponent. That's why I have x to the third being the part of my common factor. I have y to the fourth and y to the sixth. I have to choose the one with the lowest exponents. I have y to the fourth. I have z and z to the third. Remember, this is z to the first. I have to choose the one with the lowest exponent, z. In order to find what we're supposed to write inside of the parentheses, you have to divide every single term of your original expression by the common factor. So I have to divide first term of my original expression by the common factor, and the second term of my original expression by the common factor. Let's take a look. We have x to the third divided by x to the third is 1. Y to the fourth divided by y to the fourth is 1. Z to the first divided by z is 1. So this fraction is equal 1. Plus x to the fifth divided by x to the third. Remember, anytime we have the same base, we have to keep the base and subtract the exponents. So I'm going to have x to the second power. I have y and y. Y to the sixth divided by y to the fourth. I have the same base and I have to subtract the exponents. 6 minus 4 is equal 2. That's why I have y to the second power. Z to the third and z to the first. They are divided again. So I have to keep the base and subtract the exponents. 3 minus 1 is 2. This is the solution to my problem. But let's verify this answer. X to the third, y to the fourth times z times 1 is going to give me x to the third, y to the fourth, z. And x to the third times x squared gives me x to the fifth. Y to the fourth times y to the second gives me y to the sixth. And z times z squared gives me z to the third. So this is the solution to my problem. Let's take a look at the second example. Look at the variables first. We have x. X is the part of every single term. Okay, it's the factor of every single term. Y is also the factor of every single term. So I'm going to write x, y as my common factor. Y, because I have to choose always the variable which is common for every single term and with the lowest exponent. I have x to the first and y to the first. They have the lowest exponents, that's why this is going to be my common factor. In order to find what I'm supposed to write inside of the parentheses, I'm supposed to divide every single term of my polynomial by the common factor. That's why I'm going to divide this by the common factor, by x, y, x, y, x, y. X divided by x is 1, y divided by y is 1. 1 times 1 is simply 1. Negative divided by positive will give me negative. Simply I have to copy the signs. Next, I have division. X to the third divided by x to the first. Anytime we have the same base, we're supposed to keep the base and subtract the exponents. So I have x 3 minus 1 is 2. I divide y to the third divided by y to the first. Keep the base and subtract the exponents. Okay, 3 minus 1 is y to the second. Plus, again I have division. Anytime I divide, I'm supposed to keep the base and subtract the exponents. I'm going to have x. 4 minus 1 is 3. I have division. Common base in this case is y. I keep y and subtract the exponents. 4 minus 1 is 3. Let's take a look if this is correct answer. In order to find if the answer is correct, we simply distribute this xy into the parentheses. Xy times 1 gives me xy. Xy times negative x squared y squared is negative x to the third y to the third. Xy times x to the third y to the third is x to the fourth y to the fourth. So this is the solution to my problem.